where you can access the latest US news.
Alright, so I'm going to come out of my comfort zone and just record this because I truly believe that Andrew Yang is our only hope. I was introduced to Andrew Yang through my daughter. At first I ignored it. I was just like, why should I even bother? This world is corrupted and everybody in our government is only in it for them and their money. And so I started watching YouTube and I saw some great interviews with Andrew Yang. The Joe Rogan interview was amazing. I even thought that the one that he did with Ben Shapiro was pretty damn good. I don't even like Ben Shapiro, but to see him actually having a decent conversation going back and forth with Ben Shapiro just was amazing to me. I am that one person that he's always talking about. I am that 40-year-old single mother of 3 who works in a retail job, and I also have a tech job. So I know when he says automation is real, I live it, I see it, I deal with it every day, so I know he's telling us the truth. I believe in a lot of his policies. I do like the policy that comes with the freedom dividend. It's a game changer. $1,000 might not be a lot to a lot of people, but to me and my family, it would change my life in so many ways. It is good to see that a person is out there fighting for me. I've not had that. And to see that he cares, he actually cares, and he gives a shit about me and my family. A lot of families are struggling, and to see that he wants to better us is amazing, and that is why I believe in Andrew Yang. Go out and vote.
Hello. I hate to be on camera for any reason at all, but I'm willing to leave my comfort zone for Andrew Yang. I first heard of Andrew Yang through a Facebook friend, Intelligent Hustler, and subsequently went to view the Joe Rogan interview on YouTube. I found Andrew to be exceedingly intelligent, insightful, made the most sense, factual and data-driven, and he had a compassionate and empathetic understanding of the nuances of life. I was immediately sold on his vision. For me, in my situation, the freedom dividend is the most compelling because it would allow me to have some financial breathing room in order for me to find a better pathway forward for myself and not be subject to oppressive and exploitative jobs that I detest. I'm Inga. I'm a liberal, and I support Andrew Yang.
I became very, very concerned about what I have been listening to and what I was seeing across the country, and most importantly, what my future was going to be like for my grandchildren. So I feel like what I can do is make a stand for Andrew Yang and his policies and what he's going to be bringing to all of us through his presidency. So I'm out of my comfort zone by even talking to a screen and a video, but I wanted to share part of what my story is. So yes, I'm Andrew Yang all the way, right in the wave.
What's up, guys? Doing this video for Myyangstory. Got my math hat on. Yang 2020. My name's Sean. I live in Austin, Texas, 26 years old, health and fitness coach. My Yang story, I think, is very similar to Minnie's. I heard him on the Joe Rogan podcast back in February, and I immediately kind of fell in love with the guy as far as president. I've always been into politics, government since high school, been kind of politically engaged the last couple election cycles. I think, like most people, feeling as if politicians aren't really working for Americans anymore. They're so focused on getting political wins that a lot of us Americans are on the sidelines. And then Andrew Yang came along and didn't speak like a politician, seemed like a problem solver to me, didn't care about being polished and sounding like a professional politician. And I was really attracted to that, just being a genuine person. And then you get into his policies and you realize this guy's just trying to solve the root problems that a lot of Americans are experiencing today. And I think that's huge. You know, we need somebody in office who is not only a problem solver, a critical thinker, but somebody who's going to get to the root issue of causes and not just put band-aids on things, and somebody who's willing to work across the aisle. He goes on right-leaning podcasts, left-leaning podcasts. I mean, hell, he's going to play a pickup basketball game with Ted Cruz tomorrow. And in a time when there's so hyper-partisanship and like, you know, left, right, this, that, what box do you fit into? Somebody comes along like Andrew Yang and he's really transformative because he doesn't fit into a box. He's just a critical thinker. He doesn't speak to people's emotions necessarily. Like, he's not an emotional arguer or anything like that. It's just logic, data, facts. And because of that, he attracts people from all sides of the political spectrum. And that's what we need. If we're talking about a candidate who can unify, it's the kind of candidate that can unify. Somebody who speaks to logic and facts. And that's why I support Andrew Yang. I'm super excited to vote for him. First time I'm excited to vote for somebody. So that's my Yang story, and I support the hell out of Yang. Yang gang, baby.
Hello, my name is Shakilia. I am 27 years old. I first came across Andrew Yang during the second presidential debate. He stood out to me almost immediately with how he answered his questions. And when he presented his closing statement, it was pretty much a deal breaker for me. What policies I'm most passionate about when it comes to Andrew Yang is probably his freedom dividend, of course, where he's giving everyone $1,000 a month until the day they die. But I also loved his policy on ranked choice voting, so that we can choose more than one candidate, and the likelihood of us getting a candidate that, you know, we're all comfortable with is more likely, which is really cool. The reason why I'm passionate about Andrew Yang is because he's different and unique, and I'm sure everybody's going to hear this, but you know, he doesn't bullshit. He'll tell you like it is, and he goes straight to the point. And he's ahead of the times, which is something the other candidates I feel like are lacking, and they're just now jumping on their bandwagon about. Not only that, but I feel like he has the power to unify the people. It's the first time I've ever come across a presidential candidate that when I go in the comment section of a video or a tweet about him, you know, it's people of different political backgrounds. So I think that's very impressive, and I truly believe Andrew Yang is the candidate of the 21st century. So yeah, I am Shakilia. I am a liberal, and I support Andrew Yang. Yang Gang 2020.
Hey, what's up? My name is MC Jin. I live in New York. I am a father of two, a husband of one, and a proud member of the Yang Gang. Here's my Yang story. It was a breezy 72-degree day in the early spring of 2019 that I got yanged. Honestly, I didn't get yanged by anybody. I yanged myself. That kind of came out weird. But yeah, I forgot if it was an article or an interview that I saw online. Basically, it was Andrew announcing his candidacy run, and from that moment on, I was just intrigued and fascinated. But it definitely started a snowball effect, and I started reading more articles, watching more interviews, and ultimately, I think reading The War Against Normal People was the game changer for me. Really opened my eyes, and I took the leap, and I wrote a track. I'm surprised, you know, as a hip-hop head, that's just how my brain works. I'm surprised nobody thought of flipping Wu-Tang Clan, nothing up with, right? So I think for me, that was a sign from the universe. It was serendipitous in a sense. So I wrote that, put it out, and I haven't looked back since. And people are like, oh, you only support him for the $10. I'm like, no, you know, I know that's a game changer, but you're not gonna buy my loyalty for $1,000. That'll cost you at least $1,750. Some people are like, oh, well, you only excited about him because he's Asian. And I'll say that there's an appeal there, but I'm definitely not only voting for him because he's Asian. Because I'll tell you this, if Jackie Chan announced he was running for president, I wouldn't vote for him, right? That'd be ridiculous. Secretary of Defense maybe, but not president. All jokes aside, I think the most appealing thing to me about Andrew is that he might be a politician by occupation, but definitely not by nature. And I think what he represents, his perspective, his mindset, exactly what the country or society needs in general right now. On that note, cheers to the Yang Gang.
Thank you for listening. See you in the next video. Please subscribe our channel. Bye bye.